If nothing changes soon, Social Security benefits could be automatically slashed in less than a decade. That's the sobering reality millions of Americans face as the Social Security Trust Fund inches closer to depletion, projected around 2033. But a new proposal, the Keep Billionaires Out of Social Security Act, introduced by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, is aiming to change that. This new bill is designed to protect Social Security from benefit cuts, staffing crises, and administrative breakdowns. But it's already facing major resistance on Capitol Hill. The debate surrounding it isn't just political, it's deeply personal for retirees, workers, and families who rely on Social Security as a financial lifeline. Frustration is boiling over across the country. Frustration with the Social Security Administration, SSA, is at a boiling point. Offices are closing, wait times are growing, phone lines are jammed, and websites often crash or time out. If you've ever tried to get help from SSA, you probably already know the pain. Sitting on hold for hours only to be disconnected, or walking into a field office just to find out it's permanently closed or understaffed. It's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous, especially for people facing urgent issues like missed benefits, disability claims, or Medicare enrollments. And the worst part? Many of these problems can be traced back to years of budget cuts, staffing shortages, and an agency that has been asked to do more with less. The rise of DOGE and the drive for efficiency. One major turning point came with the creation of a federal agency known as DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. On paper, DOGE was created to streamline federal programs and reduce costs. But in practice, it has contributed to a massive hollowing out of essential services like those provided by the SSA. Efficiency may sound like a good thing, and in many cases it is. But the way DOGE implemented it led to thousands of job losses, fewer employees at call centers, and the listing of multiple local field offices for closure. In some cities like Binghamton, New York, employees even walked off the job, saying they could no longer serve the public under the new system. The net result? A massive reduction in the agency's ability to function, and ordinary Americans paying the price. What the Keep Billionaires Out of Social Security Act proposes Senator Schumer's new bill is a comprehensive attempt to reverse these dangerous trends and restore dignity and efficiency to the Social Security system. It introduces 4 major changes that aim to protect beneficiaries, modernize technology, rebuild staffing, and increase oversight. The first proposal bans the closure of local field offices without congressional approval. These offices are where people go for help fixing benefit issues, applying for disability, or resolving complex claims. The bill recognizes that shutting them down, especially in vulnerable communities, cuts off a vital lifeline for millions. The second pillar of the bill is a major investment in hiring and rebuilding the SSA workforce. Instead of leaning on overworked staff and automated phone systems that often leave people hanging, the bill aims to bring in enough staff to ensure real human help is available to those in need. This could help reduce wait times, improve service, and restore faith in the system. The third component involves technology. The bill would allocate $5 billion annually to upgrade the SSA's aging digital infrastructure. This includes everything from website improvements and faster processing systems to stronger cybersecurity to protect users' data. In today's digital world, that's not just a luxury, it's essential. With people applying for benefits online and managing their Social Security accounts digitally, the system needs to be both reliable and secure. The fourth major change focuses on protecting beneficiaries from administrative errors. Right now, if the SSA accidentally sends you too much money, they can demand it back, even if the mistake was entirely on their end. This has left many Americans in financial crisis, through no fault of their own. Schumer's bill aims to stop these kinds of harsh clawbacks and ensure that people aren't punished for bureaucratic mistakes. It also establishes civil and criminal penalties for anyone who misuses or tampers with Social Security data, sending a clear message that interference in the system won't be tolerated. Pushback from opponents. Not everyone supports the plan. Some conservative lawmakers and former Trump administration officials are openly discussing privatizing parts of Social Security. Their argument is that private systems are leaner and more efficient. But critics argue that putting Social Security in the hands of private companies would be catastrophic for the most vulnerable. One official even made a tone-deaf joke, saying his mother wouldn't complain if her check didn't arrive. Comments like that highlight just how out of touch some policymakers are with the reality of living on Social Security, where even one missed check can lead to missed rent or skipped medication. What makes this more complicated is that, despite how important the program is, Social Security has been neglected for decades. It's like a car that everyone relies on, but no one wants to fix. And now, unsurprisingly, it's breaking down. The staffing crisis, a 50-year low. Here's a shocking statistic. SSA is operating with its lowest staffing levels in over 50 years. In places like Syracuse, New York, a small number of workers are responsible for processing benefits for more than 200,000 seniors, amounting to over $330 million in monthly benefits. With so few hands available to manage such a large and complex system, it's no wonder errors and delays are becoming more common. This isn't just a resource problem, it's a human one. Behind every delay is a person struggling to pay rent or get their medication. Why hasn't Congress already stepped in? It's a fair question. With so many people affected and the crisis well known, why hasn't Congress acted sooner? The answer, unfortunately, lies in a mix of politics, budget constraints, and partisan priorities. Funding Social Security fixes doesn't win a lot of headlines, and long-term investments are often a tough sell in short-term election cycles. As one political analyst put it, unless Republicans can be convinced that this was their idea all along, it's unlikely to pass. That might sound cynical, but it's how the sausage often gets made in Washington. When the public pushes back, things happen. But there's one thing that can break through the gridlock: public pressure. When communities organize and push back, they can stop office closures, influence budget decisions, and even keep flawed policies from taking root. That nearly closed office in upstate New York? It stayed open because people fought for it. When people care enough to show up and raise their voices, lawmakers listen. That's why bills like Schumer's aren't just symbolic. They're invitations for the public to get involved. What this means for you. So what does all of this mean for the average American? If you're already collecting Social Security, this bill could mean fewer delays, more reliable service, and peace of mind knowing your local office won't vanish overnight. If you're not yet collecting, it's about making sure the system is still there when you need it, and that it works properly when your time comes. Even if you're decades away from retirement, this bill still matters because you're paying into the system right now. Your payroll taxes fund Social Security, and if nothing is done, you could face a 23% benefit cut starting in 2033. That's not just bad policy, it's a broken promise. One big problem still looms. Even with everything Schumer's bill addresses, staffing, tech, overpayment reforms, it doesn't fix the trust fund crisis. The SSA's trust fund is still projected to run short by 2033, triggering automatic benefit cuts. Long-term solutions might require raising the payroll tax cap, which currently limits how much high earners contribute. Some lawmakers suggest taxing billionaires more heavily. Others worry about driving wealth or investment away. Either way, there's no easy answer, but doing nothing means everyone suffers. Don't forget, Social Security still works. With all this bad news, it's easy to forget one important thing. Social Security works. It has lifted millions of seniors out of poverty, provided a safety net for the disabled, and supported families when a parent dies. It's one of the most effective anti-poverty programs in American history, and it still delivers over $1 trillion in benefits every year. For all its flaws, it remains a cornerstone of American life, and it's worth protecting. Final thoughts. Your voice matters. Whether you agree with Schumer's plan or not, this debate is happening, and being informed means being part of it. The decisions Congress makes in the next few years could shape the future of Social Security for generations. That's why it's important to stay engaged, raise your voice, and advocate for a system that treats people with dignity and respect. So here's a question for you. Is Congress doing enough to protect Social Security? Or do you feel like the system is being left behind? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. And if this helped you understand what's going on just a little better, consider subscribing for more calm, real talk on money, retirement, and the programs that affect your life. Thanks for reading, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.